You know, it's a lot of people around the world, a lot of patriots that still are trying to figure out how did a lot of people get this far. Didn't earn it. DEI. A lot of them need to be held accountable, hands behind your back. Boy, oh boy. Old crying Jack Smith. But hey, SCOTUS has common sense, huh? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Some true patriots in the Supreme, huh? Yes, indeed. But hey, Jack Smith was illegally appointed. Should have never been allowed to get this far in the first place. You know? Hands behind your back, Jack. Gonna get you gone, buddy. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. I wish I could play it, but right now I can't play any music on the channel for a couple more days. I wish I could play that song for me and my Patriots, man. That's our jam right there. That's that Ray Charles right there. They don't know about that Ray Charles. They don't know about that Ray Charles, man. Sunglasses on and everything. They don't know about that Ray Charles. What y'all know about that Ray Charles? What y'all know about that old brother Ray? But hey, man, let's get into this update. Let me stop acting a fool. Let me stop acting like I've been sipping on Hennessy all morning. And let me stop acting like I done took 2 hits of that good old merger won't just smoky weed grass, crack pipe, Hunter Biden pipe. All right, let me stop acting a fool. Let's get professional. All right, this update has come from my brother Doug, man, and I couldn't wait to check it out. He titled it, "You Won't Believe What SCOTUS Said." You won't believe what the SCOTUS said. Jack Smith got a significant defeat over Trump immunity claim, but his defeat was engineered from long ago. Jack Smith was illegally appointed.
We have incredible news, which is good news because Jack Smith's butt's in a sling. He's going down. Clarence Thomas has hinted, we've already covered some of this, that he fired the warning shot that Jack Smith was illegally appointed. I'm just going to read a long tweet to you, but it's a very good education, and it affects Judge Aileen Cannon. It also affects destroying some of Fani Willis's case. This is about Trump's immunity and some of the delayment of him, but also it's specifically that if Jack Smith gets removed, then all of the cases that he brought and all of his influence gets removed. It doesn't get taken over by someone else because he's the one that brought these cases. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Let's get to it because this is where the happy patriots are. You have another reason to be happy.
Salute to our beautiful patriots around the world, man. My brothers and sisters, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Where we have fun, spread love, call out the truth, call out all the BS, show what they don't want to show you, and bring amazing updates. And make sure you go down below and check out my brother Doug in Exile, man, because you know he loves our channel, man. And it's just an amazing feeling knowing all the big creators in this niche on this platform that actually support me as a creator and all the love and support that we've received in this year alone. So I want to say that I love you guys, man. Yes, indeed.
Once again, just documenting all these Trump wins. I'll document Trump loses too, but there's very few losses that he's actually having. Here goes. Justice Thomas gifted Judge Cannon a reason to blow up Trump's Mar-a-Lago prosecution. Another bad sign for Jack Smith. Victory.
Salute. Y'all know we love Clarence, true patriot. Clarence, baby, Clarence Thomas.
Here's Josette Caruso on Twitter. The Supreme Court of the United States capped off a blockbuster run of opinions by ultimately handing Donald Trump a win for his January 6th prosecution, dragging out proceedings by forcing the Washington, D.C. trial court to analyze which alleged acts in his indictment were, quote, official, where he's protected with immunity, and which were unofficial, where he's not protected by immunity. Only the latter of which would afford him no immunity from prosecution. This is where all the silly Democrats have been saying, oh, so now he's covered with an official job of assassinating his opponent, which is ridiculous because that's never an official job of a president. So even officially being able to wield SEAL Team 6, it still isn't an official job of any president to assassinate an opponent. Okay. So that's just silly talk from all the fake legal experts. It doesn't stick with our Constitution. Still, legal experts believe the ruling all but guarantees there will be no trial before the 2024 election. Also good news for Trump. Throwing a major wrench into special counsel Jack Smith's case and clouding it with uncertainty in a concurrence which no other justice joined. Justice Clarence Thomas, acting alone because he's got the biggest cojones on the court.
Jack. A bunch of true patriots in there, Jack. How does that big bowl of Apple Jacks taste? That big bowl of Apple Jacks. Yeah, how does that bowl of cereal taste, Jack? A little stale, ain't it? It expired a long time ago. That box of cereal expired. I know you just opened it, but you should have read the expiration date.
Went a step further by strongly suggesting it is his view that Jack Smith was unlawfully appointed as special counsel, giving Trump legal ammunition in undoing his Mar-a-Lago prosecution, where U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon recently permitted pro-Trump amici curiae, Latin for friend of the court. So a friend of the courts are allowed to bring in their own testimony because they're a longtime friend of the court. This is also where mainstream media lied to you and said Aileen Cannon just letting any amateur walk in and just give their testimony. No, it's not. These are the people that she allowed to argue. To argue some of the very points Thomas made on Monday, some quick background: Trump's defense lawyers, among their numerous motions to dismiss the Espionage Act case, have argued that Smith's appointment by U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland violated the Constitution because Smith was a, quote, private citizen. That is, he does not level up to being able to be a prosecutor, which requires a congressional vote of approval. Department of Justice alum at the time of his appointment, not a Senate-confirmed U.S. attorney like special counsel David Weiss of Hunter Biden's prosecutions. The amici, including George W. Bush administration Attorney General Michael Mukasey, Ronald Reagan administration Attorney General Edward Meese III, Federalist Society co-founder and Northwestern University law professor Stephen Calabrese, and Boston University law professor Gary Lawson were represented in court by former Antonin Scalia clerk Gene Scher. Again, these are the people that the media have been telling you are a bunch of amateurs, that she'll let anyone off the street go before her court. No, these are seriously qualified people to go and inform the court. Quote, in short,
you know how they spin and spin things. Fake news.
The idea of a prosecutor not authorized by a clear statutory provision or with the approval of the Senate is a jurisprudential dinosaur and should be declared extinct, their brief argued. The amici in early June had highlighted a question that Thomas asked during Trump immunity oral arguments as a, quote, good reason to believe the Supreme Court will take a keen interest, unquote, and how Cannon will rule on the lawfulness of Smith's appointment. So they're pressuring her to rule on if his appointment is cool or not. And I think she's going to say, no, Jack Smith, you were not lawfully appointed. Did you in this litigation challenge the appointment of special counsel? He asked, like he specifically kind of went after her. Thomas asked during the argument, quote, Trump's counsel responded in relevant part, quote, we have done so in the Southern District of Florida case, and we totally agree with the analysis provided by Attorney General Meese and Attorney General Mukasey the amici recounted in a filing of their own. We covered this earlier this year, I believe around January, February. What Thomas concurrent said. Thomas, who is the justice assigned to field emergency applications from the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit, which includes Cannon's jurisdiction, has definitely removed any doubt about his degree of interest in the question of the constitutionality of Smith's appointment. Oh, you don't want Clarence Thomas looking at you, Jack Smith. For Thomas, the attempted prosecution of Trump for official acts, quote, threaten our constitutional order, unquote, but also of concern was the appointment of, quote, private citizen, unquote, Jack Smith to embark on that mission. Jack Smith, you private citizen, sit down. What's weird is mainstream media went after Aileen Cannon for having just any private citizen stand up and give their testimony in court, these friends of the court, when really they should have been saying, why did you allow Jack Smith to run this whole thing in the first place? They, of course, have no interest and have no care. This is purely politics for them trying to protect Biden's Department of Justice, Merrick Garland's illegal appointment, and the prosecution and persecution of Trump.
Hands behind your back, buddy. Oh, I'm telling y'all. Yeah, we're going hands behind your back.
Quote, if there's no law establishing the office of the special counsel occupies, then he cannot proceed with this prosecution. A private citizen cannot criminally prosecute anyone, let alone a former president, unquote, Thomas wrote of the J6 case before urging the, quote, lower courts, unquote, to answer whether non-state approved Smith was lawfully appointed at all. Please bring this to the Supreme Court. Quote, no former president has faced criminal prosecution for his acts while in office in the more than 200 years since the founding of our country. And that is so despite numerous past presidents taking actions that many would agree constitute crimes, unquote, Thomas said. Quote, if this unprecedented prosecution is to proceed, it must be conducted by someone duly authorized to do so by the American people. The lower court should thus answer these essential questions concerning the special counsel's appointment before proceeding, unquote. That's to Aileen Cannon. You got to answer it. Is Jack Smith legal? I have my opinion. What's yours? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you on board as one of our in exile people. I'm Doug.
Salute to my brother, man. And we love you, Mr. Thomas. We appreciate you. You know, common sense, man. Common sense. God bless you all and your families. Thank y'all for stopping by, man. Huge shout out to our brother Doug, man. That drops amazing content. So make sure y'all go down below and check my brother out. He does an amazing job. And oh boy, this Trump news is it's gonna be very interesting, man, as we go through until we get to November, man. New things are gonna come out, and these next 3 months are gonna be real spicy as we take win after win after win after win. Boy, oh boy. Innocent. And I quote, he did nothing wrong. But what did the mainstream media say? What did the left say? The liberals? What did CNN and MSNBC post, huh? Oh man. Just wipe poor Donald through the mud. But the truth must shine in the light. And we're gonna continue to take win after win after win, man. And hey, it might just be a landslide come November, and I'm here for it.